Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So today I am using a chocolate mold here as you have seen in the thumbnail. So here I'm mixing my silicone, and this is the silicone that I have been always using, and from the beginning of my resin journey I have always used this for making all my molds and everything. So I'm really attached to it. So it's really simple to mix. It's 1 to 1, and I'm doing the same here. At the moment I'm mixing both of these liquids together. So here I'm just mixing my silicone now. Slowly mixing it as I really don't want to add any bubbles. So usually I make a transparent mold, but from time to time I do add sometimes some mica powder. So this time I'm adding this golden mica just to make it interesting. That's it. So here we go. It looks really fun. So I will be thoroughly mixing it now as I have to mix the mica as well into the silicone. So it's been all mixed now for my mold. I really need to have a mold release. You can use a silicone spray. I really don't have at the moment. I need to buy that. I keep reminding myself, but I do forget. So what I'm doing here is you can use Vaseline as well. But at the moment I'm using here you can use any oil. I have silicone oil with me, so I am just gently rubbing that oil onto the mold now. So this creates a barrier. In this way the silicone don't stick itself to this mold here. So make sure that you rub the oil onto the mold. So with the help of a tissue paper, I just simply remove the excess oil, and now I'm pouring the silicone into this mold. So this is always a stage that I am always afraid of, that if my silicone do stick to the mold actually. So let's see how this turned out. So I really love how golden the silicone is. So simply I'm just pouring the silicone into the mold now. So in this way you can make a lot of inlays and make your projects interesting and one of a kind. So just doing a little bit of tapping so that everything is balanced and equal, and after that I leave this to cure. So see you next day. So this is the next day and I'm really excited. Let's see how this turns out. So I hope I can remove it. So yeah, it's working. Yay! It's coming out now. So there we go, and we get a lovely inlay out of this chocolate mold here. So actually I was doing a window shopping on a website and was watching what new molds are coming. So I have few videos where I made the rose flower technique, and I used some fabric in one of them, and in one of them I used a plastic wrap. So I will link them in my description. So that give me an idea when I was looking at that mold to create something a bit different and unique. So here my inlay is ready. So you can cut it according to the size of your mold, and I will be using a silicone tray here. So I will be adjusting it according to the size of my tray. So here I added it to the tray and it's a perfect size, but the corners are bothering me, so I will cut the corners. If I had a square mold it would be amazing, but at the moment I have this tray, so I have to adjust it according to the design. So after cutting I think it's perfect now. So yeah, here we go. So I will be using this inlay in two ways. So for my first one, I will be using this Resincrete that has been sent to me by J Dictions kindly. So I will be using the color green out of the packet, and it is really simple. You have to take 10 grams of the base and 3 grams of the water. So you can have to take according to the size of your mold. For my mold, I have taken a 200 gram of base, and you can say around 30 to 35 gram of water, and you can adjust it. It's really not that hard to figure this out. So I did add some water because I really want to have you can say thick paste. So this is how the consistency should be. So now I'm adding the color. The colors are a bit on the pastel side, so I need to add some more colors to have the color that I have in my mind. So I'm adding a lot of color here. So as I explained that you will get a beautiful pastel color, but I really need a very dark color. For this reason I will be using some jasminite colors here. So in my pot I added some more green, and now I'm adding some of the yellow color, and this is from jasminite. The color from the jasminites are highly pigmented. This is something I have been always using. So as soon as you add few drops of that color, it do work really well. But still I'm not going for this color, so I'm just mixing it according to my need. So you can do that, and if you want to go with pastel, it's really up to you. So there is a limit to add your color. If you add too much, it will not dry properly. So after adding this, I thought I need to add some blue color, so a few drops of blue. And slowly it was coming now. And after doing that, I added a little bit of black color, and that's it. I'm done with the color mixing here. So this is the color I was actually going for. So now I will be pouring this onto this tray here. I have set my inlay into the tray now. So here we go. I'm pouring slowly onto the inlay. So it's done now, and I will be doing some tapping. So I have some liquid left over. So just a tip, when you're making something with resin or with Resincrete or any other casting powder, just keep some mold nearby so you can pour quickly on into them. So I'm very gently tapping it because there is an inlay and I really don't want to move it. So this is a mold here, and I'm just pouring it quickly because at this time it will be start to harden up. So I have to work really fast here. So I'm just pouring it into the mold. So after that, I leave this to dry and see you after 35 minutes. So after 35 minutes, let's demold. So first of all, I will be demolding these ornaments here very gently. And here we go. You can see the beautiful details in this one. Perfect. So as I told you that I was pouring really fast, so I did pour some of these very unevenly. So I need to very carefully remove it because I don't want to break them. But they came out of the mold very nicely. So I really want to split them, but I'm in a fear that I will be cracking them. So we'll see how I can do it safely. So this is how actually I'm cleaning up the edges really very carefully. So after doing all of these, let's see how the tray turns out. I'm actually really excited for this tray. And here we go. And now I will be removing the inlay here. And here we go. You can see such a beautiful flower pattern on this tray. And I really love it. So I'm just a bit not happy about the edges, but it's not a big deal. I will sand them, but otherwise it looks really amazing. So you can stop it here, but as you know that I don't stop, I will be taking it to something really different here. So you just wait and watch what I will be doing. So after doing a little bit of sanding, I usually use my wax that I have, but this time I'm using the one that came with the kit here. So I just feel that as soon as I put the wax in, it too absorbs it really nicely. So with a gentle pressure, I will be rubbing this into the crevices here because it's a flower. And after that, I will be polishing it with a soft fabric. So now there is something very different I will be doing here. So at the moment it's just waxed onto the tray, but I have something on my tissue paper here and you will be seeing what I'm doing here. I am actually antiquing here. putting up some highlights onto the flower. I have some of the oil paint that I have poured onto the tissue paper. So I'm rubbing it and you can see the difference here. It's looking amazing. It created that depth that I was looking for. So there is this way you can do that. I have another way that I will be doing. I think this is looking amazing as well, but I will be using some oil paint onto the tray and then I will be brushing onto these ornament as well. So here I just went too far and I put all the oil paint onto the tray now, and I will be rubbing it with a wet wipe. And now you can see it is looking like something aged. So we all do make normal jasmonite trays and casting powder trays, but this time I thought do something different. So after applying oil paint, you need to let it dry for around 2 to 3 days. So there are a few steps, don't worry. You can stop wherever you like to stop. I'm just taking it a bit on a next level because I'm giving you ideas. So it's really up to you whenever you want to stop it. So I'm just showing you some ways, something to make something unique. That is my job here. So now I'm just drying it a little bit with my heat gun because I need to add these ornaments, and after that I will leave this project to dry for 2 to 3 days so that the oil paint settle into the space it wants. So on to the next step now, and here I will be using this gilding wax. A lot of you like this wax and some of you do say that I overdo my projects, but I need to highlight it. So with a gentle rub I will be using it onto the petals of this flower. So it's all done now, and on to the next step, and the next step is that I have to attach these ornaments to this tray here. So for this reason I will be taking this 2-part air dry clay. It's epoxy sculpt, so I always use this clay to stick my things together onto the jasmonite or the casting powder creations. So gently I am just pressing it, and it works really perfectly fine with resin and this jasmonite or casting powder items. So one is done and I will be doing the second one as well, same way. So this one is done now, and on to the second one, and this is my second one. So I selected these 2 pigments, but in the end I just used one. So I have already mixed my resin, so I was working on these tray, both of them at the same time. So you can see the one on the green one is not still done, but we have made it. So in this one I will be doing something different here. So here I'm mixing the color into the resin, just few drops. I really don't want it to be very opaque. I just want it to be on a transparent side. So I will be slowly adding the color and just keep an eye. So I'm happy with the color now, and after that I will be pouring it into the tray. So halfway I'm going to fill up the tray. And after that I will be using a little bit of heat gun just to remove the bubbles that are in the corners. And after that I will be adding my inlay on top of this. So in the first one I did add it to the mold directly, but in this one I will be adding the inlay on top of my coaster. So finally I managed to put it very slowly because I really don't want the resin to move a lot, as it will create bubbles. So it's done now, and I leave this to cure. See you next day. So this is the next day, and let's see how this turn out. And I'm removing the inlay. I'm not going to demold it fully because there will be another layer that I will be adding in on top of it. So I really see there are a little air bubble problem into this dish here. But all in all, it turned out really pretty. The inlay worked really beautiful in this tray here. So for my second layer, I will be using this polyurethane resin. This resin is really handy and you can do a lot of job by this resin. So I will be mixing this. It's 1:1 ratio. and you can see there are bubbles. So I had an idea for this. I thought, why not make them a bit pearlish? So I am using this aura flakes to fill up the air bubbles that I have. So I hopefully this idea comes to life, what I'm thinking about. So this is the flakes that I was talking about, and with this brush I will be filling up the air bubble places with this flake here. So it's working, and I can see, and I am hopeful that this will turn out into a lovely design now. So with mistakes you create some new techniques. So I did manage to fill up the bigger holes with this, and for the smaller holes I added a bit of pink mica with a brush. And when I was doing that, I was thinking that you can use UV resin and mix some mica or this any pigments, and you can fill these tiny holes with that color. So that can also make something really different and amazing. So you can cure them and then do the final layer. So that might be interesting as well. So I'm happy with this one. So I will be now pouring the resin final layer. So here we go, and I will be putting up this layer now. So first I was thinking that I'll just fill the area, the inlay area. Then I thought, no, I have to do the full one. So that's why if you're thinking that why I'm just doing that, I was thinking that before, but now I'm doing the whole thing. This cures in 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, we are doing the demolding now. So it's time to demold, and I'm super excited. I wanted to see how this turn out because there are a few different things that I did with this one. So let's see. Fingers crossed. So this is how it looks like, and so pretty. But I was thinking about it did came out like this. So doing with the layer and the drops, you can see they turn into a drops, water drops, and with adding the aura. So just wait and watch. I will be doing the final results. I am so happy but how this turned out. So beautiful. So now I will be doing the top coat in this one. So I'm mixing my resin, and now I will be pouring slowly onto the tray. So after that, I will be using some heat gun to move the resin into the tray, so that in this way a lot of air bubbles get released and I get a beautiful finish. So after doing that, one thing was bothering me, the corners. You can see that it was an issue before as well, but in that one I managed to do the sanding. I think I can do the sanding in this one as well, but I was a bit impatient to finish this one. So it's fine. I thought of an idea. I will be doing it now. So at the moment I'm just removing all the air bubbles and making it the resin all balanced on top, but you can see how soft and beautiful the tray is looking. That inlay is so amazing. Just a ordinary chocolate making mold, and you can make something so amazing out of it. So after that, what I thought that I have to do here is, so it might be okay for other people, but if something is stuck in my mind, I have to do it. There were two options that I have to do. First one was that I can put crystal clusters on both sides. They were looking beautiful as well, but I wanted to leave this one alone. So I mixed this iridescent chunky glitter, and I will be putting it onto the corners and thinking that it might hide the edges, the sharp edges of the inlay. So that's what I will be doing here. So adding a little bit of more glitter on top of it. And after that, I will be top coating the edges as well. So just a bit of a torch and then I leave this to cure and see the final result, how this turned out. So this is the final result, how this turned out. So the crystal that I put on the side is not attached to the tray. I'm just giving you an option, you can do that. The tray is really simple, but I so love it how this turned out. It's so beautiful and pretty, such a soft, and the air pockets that I have, just covering it with the aura flakes, it turned into, so both of the trays turned out really amazing, and I so love that one inlay. And you can I gave you two options, so you can make them whatever you like. So in the end, I'm really happy about this project. And also again, many congratulations to all the winners have contacted me, so I will now be doing my job, and hopefully you will get your prizes soon. So again, I hope you like it, and if you did, please do let me know in comments. And also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please considering do so. And also thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to everyone who joined the giveaway, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.